Yo guys, so we are back for a new tutorial, and as you can see, this beat is bouncy this time. It's not a dark one, it's not a love one, this one is a bouncy one. Yeah, so as always, don't forget that you can subscribe. Like, I just hit my table, forgive me. I'm sorry. Don't forget that you can like, subscribe, also comment on the video if you like something. And yeah, I mean, we're kind of ready to get into the breakdown, so let's get it. Oh, and by the way, last thing, don't forget that in the description there's many links to my website where you can find free drum kits, free multi-kits, free loop kits, sample kits, basically anything to make music, and they're all free right now on my website. So yeah, emotionalwave.com, easy one, let's get it. Okay, so the first thing I started with was actually the piano with a really good chord progression and everything. And as you can see, it's really a simple one. You go from a B major chord into, this is an A sharp dominant, then we go to a D sharp minor and into a C sharp major one. Let's break this down. Okay, so first what you have to do is choose your desired scale. So you can choose any scales that you like, and me, I started with like a basic improvisation on my FL key. But basically, if you want to choose a scale, go there, view, scale highlighting, minor natural Aeolian, and then choose your root note. So for us, it was G sharp, and what you need to do is choose any note that you want to start with. So I started with B like this, and what you want to do is do the skip place method. Basically, all the light notes are going to be in scale and all the black notes are going to be out of scale. What you need to do now is skip every first note that you see and place the second. So first note I see, I skip it, I place D sharp, I skip this one, I place, and I skip this one, I place. As you can see, when I have 4 notes, this is called a 7th. When you have 5 notes, it's called the 9th. And when you have only 3 notes, it's called a triad. You can also go more complex and go to 11th and 13th. But yeah, this is all music theory, and if you want the music theory guide, just let me know in the comments. Alright, so once we have our B major chord like this, as you can see, already sounds fire. You go into A sharp, boom, and you're gonna not do the skip place method for this one. You're gonna do 3-3. So this is how you build a dominant chord. The goal here was to create tension. If I did the skip place method, I would end up like this. So with A sharp diminished, so that sounds like this. As you can see, it adds too much weird tension and I didn't really like it. Diminished, there's 2 spaces and then 2 spaces, and the dominant is 3 spaces and 3 spaces basically. So 1 2 3 place, 1 2 3 place, boom, dominant. Then I went to D sharp. As you can see, this is the basic skip place method. Skip place, skip place, skip place, and just gonna add few notes to add more rhythm. And then we go to C sharp, and that one is gonna be a major but out of scale. So this is a borrowed chord. So basically, a borrowed chord is where you borrow a chord from another scale just to create a nice chord progression. Again, this is complex advanced music theory, but if you want a tutorial, just let me know in the comments. All right, so skip place, skip place. I got the 5th here, but this one I'm just gonna put it up like this. So shift, boom, so that I have a major instead of a minor there, which sounds like this. I wanted the major, boom, and this sounds a little bit better. And there you have your chord progression. Now the last thing you want to do is of course add more rhythm to the notes. As you can see, there's a lot of notes that I repeat. I add few notes that are in the scale just to create a nice rhythm. And also I copied the bass notes a little bit like this right here, and I played with the velocity. What you can do with the velocity is do Alt R to randomize it, so not the pan here but the velocity there. You can also play with the seed, and then you accept. Don't forget to accept. And the last thing you can do also is click there, tools, humanize. This is gonna humanize, as you can see, a little bit your chords. And don't forget to accept again, but I already did it. I already pre-recorded this, so I don't need to do all this. You can also do Alt S to strumize the chords and play with the strength here. Okay, that's the last thing. Let's get now to the sound. So by the way, for the sound, I use the levitating grand from the Grander inside of Contact. This is a really good preset. And for the mix, I only added a bit of kickstart to add that pulse effect, and a bit of Pro Q just to filter the frequencies that I didn't like, especially the lows, the highs. Big tip for all my newbies here: filter your frequencies, add a little bit more frequencies that you liked, and always filter the ones that you don't like and that you don't want. Also, you don't want frequencies to clash, so make sure to remove them. Then I copied the chord progression into Expand 2 using the Warm FM Plus Tremolo preset. And for the mixing, I added kickstart again, Pro Q again, and it's literally the same EQ. Then I simplified the chord and I used small strings preset from Xenology just to add a nice frequency again. Again, kickstart, ProQ to filter the frequencies. As you can see, I didn't really like those mid frequencies, so I just removed them instead of boosting and everything. Then I went to Omnisphere and I used the POE pad piano preset, and I just removed this A oscillator there, and I copied the chord progression from the strings. As always, filter your frequencies, guys. This is really important. Then I use JV1080 and I use the D50 stack preset. So this is a bell. And the last thing I wanted to do is just add those nice higher frequencies inside of the beat. And I just wanted to add those nice higher frequencies. I'm just playing an A sharp, G sharp, A sharp. This is a bit like, you know, freestyling. Then A sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and the same freestyling again. Really simple, really nice. Sounds like this. By the way, they are on 2 octaves. So this one and this one basically is the same one. I don't know if you all saw this, but instead of playing the chords normally, as you can see, the rhythm is really bouncy. This is because instead of landing the chords every bar, so this is a bar, as you can see, I'm moving them a little bit back just to add more bounce to the beat so that they come in a little bit late, and you know, it adds a little bit of surprise. That's the goal. As you can see, same here, this is playing the first bar, but I keep a little bit late this one so that it plays with a little bit more bounce. And for the bells, I just used the quick EQ here, remove the low frequencies and boost a little bit those higher frequencies. Then I freestyled on my FL key and I used the smooth sine lead from Triton Extreme. And as you can see, a little tip I can give you is to use flares. I say it every time, but basically, instead of playing just a note like this, you just want to move it a little bit back and play the note that is under in the scale. And this is going to create a nice effect, kind of like you were freestyling on the piano. This is a really good tip, by the way. And for that one, I filtered the frequencies. Then I used the Lush Strings preset from Xenology and just played an A sharp, really nice and really easy, just for the higher frequencies. And as you can see, I just put it in stereo with this knob here, max stereo mode, and lowered a little bit the velocity because when you put it more in stereo, it's gonna get louder. Then for the bass, this one is really good. It's not that simple actually. Instead of just playing the chord progression, I add a little bit more rhythm using those slide notes. So for the A sharp, what I did is I placed A sharp 1 octave up, so like this, A sharp. I double clicked on the note and I clicked on this triangle shape. You need to shorten the note for how long you want the slide to be. So for example, I wanted a really fast slide, so I just put it like this. But if you want a slow one, you can just expand it like this and have this long of a slide. And as you can see, this is gonna play a lot for the rhythm. So yeah, it's important to have sometimes some slides in your bass. And for the one, I removed the really low frequencies. That's just in case of the subs that I don't want. And also filter the high frequencies because you don't need higher frequencies in the bass, bro. This is a clay from my Summr drum kit, by the way. So there, as you can see, Summr drum kit, it looks really fabulous. There, drums, percs, clave. And what I did with that clave is I just played the basic Brazilian rhythm. So I played both the snare and the kick at the same time. And what I did for that one is I just Alt-R and play with the pan here. They're all pounded a little bit somewhere. And the last thing I did also is that really nice roll here. What you want to do is place a note. I placed 2 and I did Alt-A. This is going to cut all your notes and you just want to play with the time mole and the velocities of the notes, as you can see, and the pan if you want also. But yeah, by the way, as always, drum kit available inside of my website. It's a free drum kit, so you can copy it for free, bro. Why not? You know, why not? So emotionalwave.com, I'm going to meet you there. What you want to do with the kick is place it on the first bar. So this is going to be a bar. So I'm going to show you here. So you want to place the first on the first bar. And then still inside that first bar, you want to go to the third beat, which you have the first one, the second one, and the third one, which is here. And the third one, you want to place it on the third cell. So those are going to be the cells. And you want to place it on the third one, which is 1, 2, and 3. It's there. And it should sound like this. Okay, then you want to freestyle a little bit, so add more notes. You know, you have the basic rhythm, but you also have an empty bar, so you can freestyle on that one and add more notes if you want. All right, so I'm gonna play this kick with the snare, but I'm just gonna break down the snare before. So the snare is gonna play a counter rhythm with the kick, and what you want to do is first bar. All right, we're gonna go to the first beat of that bar, which is there, and you're gonna place the fourth cell, which is there. All right, you see what I mean? Basically there, three skip, and boom, you place it. Then you just want to skip two cells, and you're gonna place boom like this. That's the rhythm you want to copy every bar. So every bar there, you want to copy it. And since you have empty beats, you can just add few notes that you may like, for example this and this one, you know, for example. And then you just need to experiment a little bit with your rhythm, and you should find something good since you already have the basis. This is how the kick and the snare sound together with the perk. Then I added the shaker, and the thing I want to do with the shaker is place inside of that first beat, place one there, then two there. You just need to leave a space inside of that second cell, and then just want to play with the velocity. Make sure that the last one is the one that hits the hardest, and what you want to do there is just play, you know, a little bit, randomize it like this, something like this, you know, with the velocities, and copy it every time. Boom. And then just remove the first one, and you can do Alt R to randomize the velocity like this, randomize the pan. Then for the perk, I just wanted to add a nice one that plays the counter rhythm. So as you can see, instead of playing on the first beat there, it's playing a little bit off with the cells like this. The same one is gonna apply for that perk here. So again, perks basically need to experiment. This is all about how you hear the song. That's why sometimes I like to start with the drums, because I already get the feeling of the song just before brainstorming on the ideas for the melodies, which is harder. It's harder to think about the melodies, but the song and the feeling, it's easier. So boom, I added another perk again. I also added a clap that plays the basic rhythm, you know, when you clap with your hands, like the same one basically. And then just a few impacts, effects that plays a vocal, by the way, transitions. Yeah, basically the basic thing I like to add on my beats. This is how all the drums sounds together. As you can see, it's bouncy only because first of the effects is, if I remove the effects is, you know, it misses a little bit of things, and that's why I love this effect. You know, it adds something that not perks can add, only effects, bro. That's why you need to add some effects. And yeah, I mean, the beat is pretty simple. There's nothing much to it. I just added again effects, risers, impacts, transitions, and yeah, basically it's all the beat. And also one thing I did is I put every of my melodies and the bass inside of one mixer channel. I added a free limiter and I sidechained to the kick. So what you need to do is take all your melodies, so control, and you want to slide like this. You want to hit on the empty channel, boot to this track only, and then you want to take a kick. Boom, you want to click on your empty channel and click sidechain to this track, and then open a free limiter, go to comp, sidechain, right click, put your kick, and then just play with the threshold, the knee, the ratio, until you have something that sounds good to your ears. Make sure not to look at the image there, it's not gonna help you at all. So yeah. So as always, guys, don't forget that you can like, subscribe, comment on the video if you liked, go into the description, and go inside of my website emotionalwave.com to cop all my free drum kits, loop kits, multi-kits, you name it. Don't forget, guys, always that I love you and that Jesus loves you. And yeah, peace out.